Hi, my excellent chefs. Welcome to Recipe Specialty, where we show you how to make a variety of recipes from eggs to eggceptional. In this video, I'm going to attempt a dish I learned from Gordon Ramsay for short ribs braised with pancetta and mushrooms. What I used to prepare this dish was some short ribs, some that Fred Flintstone I think would be pleased with, yabba dabba doo, pancetta, mushrooms, red wine, beef stock, olive oil, fresh garlic, tomato paste, butter, parsley, plus good old salt and pepper. With that said, let's get cooking. Start by seasoning the ribs on all sides with salt and pepper. You can be pretty generous here, but make sure they're covered thoroughly. Then cut a whole clove of garlic in half. Don't worry about the paper. It's going to get removed after cooking, but that's going to go in the pan a little later on. Next, stack the pancetta on top of each other. It's going to help with slicing because you're going to be slicing it up into chunks, into little pieces. If you don't have pancetta, you can substitute with bacon. That works just as fine. Next, heat up a roasting pan or Dutch oven like I have here to medium-high heat. Drizzle in a good amount of olive oil. We're going to brown the short ribs on all sides. This browning step is crucial for caramelization and flavor, because otherwise you'll just wind up with bland boiled meat. 2 minutes per side might be good enough to get a good browning all over. Mind you, I don't brown the bone. That's not necessary. While the meat is browning, preheat the oven to 350. Now, while the oven's heating up, add all the garlic to the pot and get that cooked. We're going to let the garlic saute here a bit while we build the rest of the sauce. With each step, we're building more and more flavor. Scoop in tomato paste and let that cook out a bit. It typically takes about a minute. You want to get the bitterness out of the concentrated tomato flavors. Then add the red wine and then pour in the broth. Give everything a good stir. We're really infusing the garlic with all these flavors, and in turn, the garlic is adding its essence to the sauce. Give it a bon voyage stir, cover the pot with its lid, and then put her in the oven to slow braise at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 2.5 hours. Don't peek. With about 30 minutes left to bake, whip out a frying pan and add the pancetta. We're going to cook this down until the fat has rendered and it has gotten crispy. Then add the mushrooms directly to it. With all that pancetta, bacon, grease, fat, deliciousness. Give that a good mix, give it a good stir, and we're going to cook the mushrooms just to soften them up a little bit and combine that flavor profile. Mushrooms are basically a sponge. We want to sponge up that bacon fat. Tell my dietitian later. Take the pot out of the oven and brace yourself to avoid falling over once you remove the lid and get smacked in the face with quite possibly one of the best smells in all of the culinary universe. Then transfer the ribs to a serving platter. Once they've been removed, take out a sauce pot and a sieve. Sieve? Let's go with sieve. And pour the braising liquid through it. Try to avoid splattering this onto yourself. I typically pour away. Using the back of a spoon, mush all that garlicky goodness, heaven flavor bomb through the net, ensuring you get all of the essence of the cooked down garlic into the liquid. Then scoop that strained, delicious braising liquid directly onto the ribs. Notice I didn't separate any of the fat. You could do that if you want, but fat is flavor. Finally, scoop the mushrooms and pancetta that you cooked in the frying pan all over the short ribs. Use it all. Be generous. Then sprinkle on some parsley and serve and enjoy. And tuck into quite possibly one of the most delicious meals I have ever made in my entire life. Top 10. Thank you, Mr. Ramsay. Also, to caveat, Gordon Ramsay's recipes hold at least 4 of those top 10 slots, mind you. Please let me know what you think. I'd love to hear all your feedback. Thanks for taking the time to watch. I hope you have a great day. Cheers. If you all liked this video, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe, check out the website. Ultimately, let's eat!